Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, how you folks doing? Welcome here. Welcome to another edition of Smackdown. I'm your host, Conman167. It's great to have you along for the ride here today. My ladies and gentlemen, the show today is stacked. Okay, like literally, the card is off the charts good today. It feels like a minor pay-per-view, and I'm not just saying that. WWE and the writers for SmackDown here today have made this show a must-see show. So let's just get right into this thing. Let's break down the card in just a moment's notice. But first up, it is time for the Conman Certified Roll Call. So who do we got in here today? We got Sadverk, how you doing? We got Lou Dog, welcome to the stream. We got Christian Vega. We got B-Dan Chateri, welcome my friend. We got Steven Randall up in here. We got John Tay, welcome my friend. We got Jay Cochran, welcome. We got ourselves Jolt. I think that was your name. One sec. What was that name that flew by the screen super quick? Jolteon8. How you doing, Jolteon? That's a pretty freaking cool Pokemon if you ask me. Ron Bondi, welcome to the live stream. We got ourselves Jared Valerio, welcome my friend. We've got Irishman666 up in here. We got ourselves Nathan Noble, welcome my friend. We got Rahul Kapar, Aled Thomas, nice to see you, buddy. We got the Convict Peyton Cash in here. We got Steven Jackson, Kevin Hooks, welcome to the live stream, buddy. We got Andy the Fiend Hammond, how you doing, my friend? We got Nathan Barker, good to see you, buddy. Jadis the Giant, TJ Young, how you doing? Hey, Matthew Grantland signing up for Legends Row. Welcome back, buddy. It's great to have you back onto Team Green. Always great to see some new members up in here. Michael Cabrera, welcome to the live stream, everybody. But I really, I don't want Sweet Knees to play here during this segment, if possible, because we got to talk about this. Unfortunately, it is playing. We're not going to sing Sweet Knees right here because we got to talk about, a man. Okay, it's a very kind of sad situation, and this seems like this is throwing off the tone of the moment right here. But the very sad situation and the sad reality is that Shad Gaspard, unfortunately, you know, if you have not heard the news, he lost his life. He was lost at, well, not lost at sea, but unfortunately he drowned in the ocean. He was taken in by a strong tide, taken down underneath the current, and his body was later found washed up on the shoreline. Very sad to hear, say the least. So right now, what I want each and every one of us to do is I want us to just give us a RIP Shad in the live chat. And because we did not get around to doing this on Wednesday, we are going to give Shad Gaspard a moment of silence here. So ladies and gentlemen, please have a moment of silence for Shad Gaspard. Thank you, everybody. All right, but let's get this show kind of underway here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SmackDown, and we've got ourselves a lot to talk about. So today is a stacked show. By the way, Jordan Williams, thank you, buddy, for the $2 dono. That's a kind word right there. Today's show, we've got ourselves Charlotte Flair versus Bayley in a champions versus champions match. That is going to be a massive, big-time matchup. Two of the four horsewomen squaring off against each other. You know, they've got good chemistry in the ring. They've had matches before. They've stolen the show before. So I'm sure that Bayley versus Charlotte is going to be a great little matchup here tonight. I don't know exactly how the story is going to get booked with that. I don't know if Sasha Banks ends up costing Bayley the match or if something along those lines happen. I don't know if we see Io Shirai or Rhea Ripley here tonight, you know, to try to help set up the in-your-house triple threat match that has been now announced. Charlotte Flair versus Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley, triple threat for the NXT Women's Championship. So that's going to be pretty good. But yeah, tonight, Charlotte versus Bayley in a champions versus champions match. Then here tonight, we got ourselves Jeff Hardy against Sheamus in the first round of the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. So that is a match that has been built up to for quite a little bit now. It's actually a pay-per-view quality match that we're going to get here tonight on SmackDown. On the flip side of things, on the other side of the tournament, you've got yourself AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura in the Intercontinental Championship Tournament as well, meaning that we are getting a WrestleMania rematch between these two. Going to be awesome. And then also the other story that has been built up to for a long time now, Otis and Mandy versus Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler. Oh, yeah. And then Jason Barker, I'm going to try to do my best Paige impression if I can, saying, I'm back. Thank you, dude, for the $5 dono. So let's get those donos rolling here up on the screen right now. And remember, everybody, smack that like button if you guys are enjoying the streams, or if you normally enjoy the streams. That way, you know, you get to leave your mark here on the live streams here tonight. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. But what match that I just announced here today of those three that have been announced, AJ Styles versus Nakamura, Otis and Mandy versus Sonya and Dolph, or Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus, or hell, you know what? Hell, also Charlotte Flair versus Bayley. Which match here tonight are you most excited for? Let me know in the live chat. But here's Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Must-see WWE superstar of all time, The Miz, and I refuse to acknowledge that we live in a world where this man is Mr. Money in the Bank. Yo, Mandy! I did it!
Mandy!
Oh, yeah.
I did it! Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Oh, Take! Oh, Take!
What did I call him last week?
A disgrace.
No.
An embarrassment.
No.
Luckiest man.
Clumsy, sweaty, muttering, stuttering, bearded mama's boy buffoon.
That's it.
Oh.
But Otis can't help. It's not his fault that he's all of those things. It's the people around him, people that enable him. People like Braun Strowman.
Ooh, we're going there?
Oh, we're going there. Braun Strowman got into our business last week when he agreed to team with Otis against us, which is stupid. Braun Strowman is the Universal Champion. Otis has the Money in the Bank contract. He can cash in anytime, anywhere. It just makes no sense.
Like Becky Lynch choosing to have a child with Seth Rollins.
John.
Oh.
I wouldn't show my face around here ever again either.
Let's call John Morrison Jim Cornette now.
Look, Braun Strowman has been given way too much credit. He doesn't deserve the Universal Championship. Well, I mean, why did he get a match with Goldberg at WrestleMania? It could have been anybody.
It could have been us.
Exactly. Dare I say it should have been us?
It should have been me.
About a guy who was replaced in the Wyatt family by puppets.
Good point. Bray Wyatt had a choice. Braun Strowman or stuffed animals. He chose stuffed animals.
And I think Bray made the right call.
Agreed. And now, for a Dirt Sheet exclusive.
Ooh, Dirt
we
Sheet
have
exclusive,
uncovered
folks.
some other
Come on.
Firefly Funhouse puppets that Bray Wyatt rejected, but still liked more than Braun Strowman.
Oh.
Meet Shiloh. The
Hi,
lowly
Shiloh.
laundry lass, whose quest of vengeance was ignited when her brother was eaten by their natural enemy, the Dryer.
Braun Strowman is such a loser.
We agree.
Yes, he is.
The Dryer?
And then there's Dookie the Diaper Boy. He doesn't
Oh,
look
hey,
much on
Dookie the
outside,
Diaper Boy,
but on the
okay.
inside, he has a stench bigger and more powerful than Braun Strowman.
Oh, poop jokes, yay.
Hey guys, we just wanted to drop by and say we're huge fans of the greatest tag team of the 21st century.
And next up, I know what you're thinking. That's a mannequin, but that is no mannequin. That is Mandykin Rose.
Oh, Mandykin Rose. Okay, I can get behind Mandykin Rose. I can get behind Mandykin Rose.
That will soon trick Braun Strowman into losing the Universal Championship.
Like, not everything about Braun is a monster.
Oh, too far.
Oh.
Wow.
And here comes the monster. He apparently doesn't like small penis jokes. All right, here comes Braun. Yeah, so what do you guys think? The new puppets, what do you give them, a thumbs up or a thumbs down? What do you think? But Braun Strowman, the Universal Champion, on his way down to the ring. I wonder if he's just going to squash both Miz and Morrison, or if this is going to lead to something more. What do you guys think? How about John Morrison versus Strowman for the Universal Championship? I mean, it doesn't have to be a match where John Morrison wins, but why not? What do you guys think about that? Yes or no for that matchup? Oh, here comes Braun just scaring them. Just screaming right in their face.
No need to panic. Okay, maybe there's a little bit of a need to panic.
I mean, you know, if people enjoy this stuff, it's completely up to them if they enjoy it or not, right? There's nothing wrong with enjoying whatever's on the TV screen. It's just not overly great right now.
You know, you guys are kind of funny, and as much as I hate to admit this, your show's not half bad. So thanks for having me on tonight.
I can double check with the producers, but I'm pretty sure you're not booked.
No, he wasn't.
Look, I'm out here, so ask me a question.
Go ahead.
You got one?
I don't have
Crocs.
one.
Didn't you say he wears Crocs sometimes?
Yeah, I got an idea. Why don't you
wears
ask
Crocs
me about Bray
sometimes.
Wyatt and his puppets and Money in the Bank?
You want to talk about Bray Wyatt? Do you actually think that Bray Wyatt is done with you? You taunted and teased Bray Wyatt with that black sheep mask. Look, I fought Bray Wyatt. I had to deal with the sickness that is Bray Wyatt. And let me tell you something. Bray Wyatt sent me spiraling down into the lowest point of my life. And luckily I had John there to save me. But you're not going to be so lucky.
That's right, because you are not half the man that this man is.
Oh,
He might
set
not
up
be as
Jomo.
big as
Come on.
you or as strong as you, but you will never be the man that he is. Oh yeah, look at you, feel like a real badass, I bet, because you got lucky and pinned me last week during a tag match, huh? Newsflash, Braun, you get into the ring with MCMIZ, he's gonna come at you like a bag of quarters in a strip club.
John,
swinging.
John,
he's gonna get right up in your
let's
face.
simmer
and
down.
Prove
No,
to you
no,
that every
don't
damn
worry
word I've
about
been saying about you
He's-
right
so,
now
John,
is 100% true. I got this.
John, no,
True.
come on.
Is that a challenge?
No, it's not.
Challenge accepted.
Damn it.
Hey, somebody get me a referee out here.
Oh, no.
Miz, you're about to get these hands.
Oh, no. Okay. Can I just sit here and say that might be the best opening segment Braun Strowman has been involved in his career? Can I just say that? Braun Strowman actually came across as a legitimate, scary dude to be feared right there. I don't really have anything bad to say about how Braun Strowman was portrayed during that segment. I think he was well-spoken at that time. Doesn't mean the segment overall was good. I think the puppets were a little on the weird side, but he was feared. He felt like a big deal. He felt like he was represented as the champion. He felt like he was representing the brand as the top champion there. It wasn't bad, you know. It was a good representation of Braun Strowman, to say the least. So yeah, we'll go with that one there, and it sets up a match between Braun Strowman and The Miz tonight, which already adds to what is a stacked card here tonight. To everybody who is just tuning into the stream, we've got ourselves a lot of great matches tonight. Charlotte Flair versus Bayley in a champion versus champion match. Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus in round 1 of the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, a WrestleMania rematch, a match of the year rematch from their matches down in New Japan, not down, over in New Japan. So that is going to go down here tonight as well. And Otis and Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler. Daddy Deville is going to break out here tonight. I think Daddy Deville gets a nice big win over Otis and Mandy tonight. It would feel weird not to give Otis and Mandy the win at this point because of how hot they really are. But I think you got to give the win to Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler because, let's be honest, if they don't win, all of that character work that Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler have done over the last couple months goes out the window. Yes, it was meant to build up Otis and Mandy, and mainly build up Otis, but at the same time, Sonya Deville has been really, really, really good, and she could be on par with Becky Lynch in terms of that feel, you know, that feel of a women's superstar being taken seriously, being cross-promotional, you know. I think Sonya Deville could be massive, and if you erase all that work that you just did with Otis and Mandy, Sonya and Dolph, and you give all the momentum to Otis and Mandy, you're going to cost yourself a couple superstars in Dolph Ziggler and Sonya Deville. I think they're really quite talented. Dolph Ziggler, you guys know my honest opinion on that one. Dolph Ziggler is fantastic. I think he could be in the Universal/WWE Championship hunt if WWE booked him correctly. And I would honestly like to see that here in 2020 at some point, whether it was Braun Strowman versus Dolph Ziggler or not. And Dolph doesn't even have to win the title, but I would like to see something done with Dolph Ziggler here in 2020 as well. So yeah, I'm quite high on Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler, even though nobody asked, and I ended up rambling for about near the entire time of the commercial break. Let's get over to some donos right now, because we've got ourselves a $5 dono from Jason Barker to start off with. He says, "I'm back," in Paige's voice.
I'm back, quoting Paige.
And apparently Barbara, the voice reader right there, didn't want to give her the nice little "I'm back" sort of situation. Thank you, my friend. And then dropping 5 more right after that, saying Bray Wyatt has a new mask. He did have a new mask, kind of. I think it was one of those masks that were meant to just kind of be put on social media. Not sure if he's actually selling it or not. But if anybody wants to confirm or deny that for me, because I honestly don't know. Zach Hapgood, how you doing, my friend? He says, did you see Bray Wyatt made a Mad Max style Fiend mask? Yeah, Zach Hapgood, I did see that, my friend. I don't know if it's for sale or not, though, once again. Thanks for the $2 dono, buddy. Welcome to the live stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Then we've got ourselves, after that little dono right there, we've got ourselves a... Yes, we do. New boss. His name is Jason Barker. So, Jason, my friend, you have become a 7-time Boss Battle champion. Man, Jason Barker is running away with the Boss Battle Championship this month. By the way, the matchup going on hand right now is Miz versus Braun Strowman. So, we're going to get that up on the screen and ask you guys over on Twitter who you guys think is going to win. So, Miz or Braun Strowman? There we go. WWE are selling some face masks on WWE Shop, but they are not selling the one Bray Wyatt showed. Good to know. Thank you, my friend, for confirming that. Hopefully that is accurate.
Strowman, the Universal Champion. Dominant couple of weeks. He knocked off Bray Wyatt at Money in the Bank, and then, of course, winning the tag match.
Strowman or The Miz. There we go, guys. Twitter.com/Conman167. Oh, Miz right there. Oh, big knee catches Braun Strowman across the side of the head. And there you go. John Morrison getting involved. And that's what Miz and Morrison need to do if they're going to find a way to beat Braun Strowman here tonight. Absolutely, that is what they need to do. Miz now to the outside of the ring. Oh, but Braun Strowman just shoves him right back down to the ground. Braun running right after him, but face first into the steel turnbuckle. And all of a sudden, Miz is taking advantage of this matchup. Braun Strowman back up to his feet, though, and rolls inside the ring. Interesting. Miz axe handle. Okay, I like when Miz goes up to the top rope. He's a very unique performer in that sense because every time he goes up to the top rope, he doesn't do things that are dangerous. He just lands on his feet with like some sort of axe handle or like elbow drop or something similar to that type of non-high-risk maneuver, right? And it works for The Miz. You know, he doesn't take a lot of high-risk maneuvers, but when he does go up there, you wonder, is he going to land it? Is he not? Is he going to be okay? Is he not? Miz going for the DDT. Uh-oh, Braun just caught him. Braun caught him, and into the corner. Miz just get thrown halfway across the ring, and The Miz is in a lot of trouble. Let's get to some more donos. No, guys, I did not miss any donos. I just usually have to turn my attention to the matches, leave the donos until a little bit when I can actually get around to reading them. Miz gets thrown halfway across the ring again. But Justin Beverly, how you doing, my friend? He says, what's up, Conman? Happy Friday. what are your thoughts on the injuries that occurred on AEW Dynamite and how that affects the pay-per-view? Off the running power slam, Braun to the cover, count of 2, Braun beats The Miz like it was nothing. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll say that's okay. And they're trying to build up Braun Strowman. Miz really isn't doing anything right now. It's not ideal for The Miz's career, but I do kind of like that it wasn't John Morrison in that position. It kind of keeps John Morrison strong, and Miz has enough name value for that not to be an issue for him. But Justin Beverly, man. What are my thoughts on the injuries that occurred on AEW? If you were watching the Wednesday stream, and I know a lot of people were watching it, you guys will remember that I mentioned the superstars need to, they need to catch their opponents. They need to be in position. I don't care if they're waiting around. Oh, hang on. John Morrison?
You won a singles match tonight, a tag match last week, but at Backlash, we're challenging you to something we know you can't do, and that's beat both of us at the same time in a handicap match for the Universal Championship.
Wow. Okay.
You want me? You got me.
Okay. Okay.
Can you imagine if we get that match approved?
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. They're kind of taking a page out of the playbook of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens with a 2-on-1 handicap match for the Universal title. I would have rathered a 1-on-1 John Morrison versus Braun Strowman for the Universal title. I would have rathered that. But, you know, nitpicking. They're really trying to rebuild Braun Strowman. And just because I'm not a big fan of how Braun Strowman's career has went so far, I'm not going to turn my nose up at this, because this is totally designed to try to get Braun Strowman as over as possible. So I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt right now. We will see what ends up happening. But Justin Beverly, let's get back to your comment right there. I was mentioning how AEW, their superstars were not catching their superstars. They weren't in position. It felt like moves were happening before people were in the proper position. And as a result, people got injured, and it didn't surprise me. I was really upset with the overall safety of AEW's last live show. It felt like they were going balls to the wall for no reason. Trying to sell you on a match that was already sold doesn't make sense to me, and it doesn't make sense to put yourself in needless positions where you are going to get injured to the point where you're not going to be able to make the pay-per-view card that is in literally 3 days, right? It's in 1 day now, but if you talk about Thursday, Friday, and on Saturday, it was 3 days after their pay-per-view or after their TV taping. Why are you taking such high risks? Doesn't make sense. But anyways, that's my thoughts right there, Justin Beverly, and as a result, now they are down to quite a few people going into Double or Nothing. You know, what was the purpose? What was the purpose of having somebody who has just been injured? And I forget which Jackson brother got injured, but what serves the purpose of doing a crossbody from that height just a few days before a stadium stampede match or whatever the frig it's called? Like, what's the purpose? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense why they would be risking their bodies that soon before a pay-per-view, and it's come back to bite them already. I know they're going to book themselves into a good position, but it was just needless. It did not need to happen, and in my opinion, it was a little bit stupid. But thank you, dude, for the $10 dono, Justin Beverly.
Oh, the king. The king of kings.
Yeah. Bam. On your knees, dog. All hail. Bow down to the king. And that's right, the King Conman's wearing his hat tonight. Hey-o.
Conman, happy Friday. What's your thoughts on the injuries that occurred on AEW Dynamite and how that affects the PPV?
Coup de grace, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for the $2 dono. He says, Sup, Con, 4 years ago, I started watching you. still here. Dude, thank you. Seriously, Coup de Grace. I recognize your name, buddy, and you've been around for a long time, so thank you for all the support. And that goes for everybody. You know, I know we are coming up on, well, SummerSlam will be probably one of the first events that, no, how can I word this? SummerSlam was one of the first events that I ever streamed here on this channel. I believe my very first WWE pay-per-view with the actual show in it. What was it? It was NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, I'm pretty sure, in 2016. My buddy Steve and I, we sat down, we filmed NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. I believe that very night we hit 10,000 subscribers. You know, like, it was a really new time on the channel, and it was kind of in that position where we switched over from being a Minecraft channel to a WWE channel. And so this upcoming NXT TakeOver on June 7th, I believe, is going to be pretty close to being the 4-year mark of, like, one of our very first live streams on the channel. I believe the first live stream that I did without any video was me live streaming the draft, the 2016 draft, where the brand split officially got reintroduced. We hit like 100,000 views on that one, and I think a lot of people who were going to be a part of this channel joined in at that time. And if you guys didn't join in at that time, a lot of people a lot of people did come into the channel around the Royal Rumble of 2017 as well. So people who were around from, I want to say, the summer of 2016 to January of 2017, I would say that crop of people who came into the channel have been some of the most loyal viewers I have ever had on this channel. People like Steve Taylor, who was one of my first moderators. Lou Dog has been around for a long time. He was my first moderator. Hell, even somebody like Ghostface has been around for a long-ass time. Even though we didn't really see eye to eye there for a long time, buddy. It doesn't really matter, you know, it's, people have been around for a long time supporting this channel. So Coup de Grace and everybody else who has been around that long, thank you so much. And even if you are a new viewer here, welcome to the channel. It's great to have you. But Coup de Grace, thanks for your $2 dono, buddy. We're going to get ourselves a little Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles action. But let's get rolling through the rest of the donos before we get into that. Because the Rose Thorn, Casey Rose, says, good to be back after my win on Wednesday Night Bob this week. Yes, ma'am. It's good to have you back, Casey. Thank you so much for your $2 dono.
A long-time rivalry renewed. Nakamura and Styles have faced one another all over the planet Earth, from Japan to the Grand...
My first pay-per-view showing the footage was Money in the Bank 2016. That was kind of true. I wasn't live, though. That was me reacting to the pay-per-view, filmed my reactions and cut up my reactions and uploaded them online with part of the actual video. So yes, that was one of my first things I did. However, after I started doing that and they started getting a little bit of views, I transitioned into live streaming. So my first live thing that I did, I'm pretty sure, was the draft, and that thing kind of just blew up. The 2016 brand split draft. All right, Jason Barker, how you doing, buddy? He says, for me, I'm going AJ and Jeff Hardy tonight. All right, man. I am going to go and say the opposite. I am going to go ahead and say Shinsuke Nakamura and Sheamus win here tonight.
AJ and Jeff Hardy tonight.
I don't know why. I feel like that might be the wrong call. What do you guys think, though? Who is going to be the two people that advance in the in the Intercontinental Championship Tournament here so far? Matthew Grantland, how you doing, buddy? He says, hope you had a great weekend, Conman. You're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you, buddy, for the kind words, and thanks for the support, Matthew Grantland.
You expected, Corey, at the beginning of this matchup. In the early moments, you're going to expect these two to be rather
Hope you have a great weekend, Conman, or my favorite YouTuber, Conman.
Thank you, buddy. And also, ladies and gentlemen, with that dono from Casey Rose, we've got ourselves a new boss. Her name is Casey Rose. So let's get her up here on the screen. Casey has become a Is that a one-time Boss Battle champion? I believe so, Casey. The Rose Thorn, Casey Rose. And then we're going to get this match over on Twitter for you.
This could be once again what propels AJ Styles to the top of the mountain, back to the house that AJ Styles built on SmackDown. No doubt, Corey, that Styles had.
So WrestleMania rematch, guys. You excited for this one?
WWE right here on SmackDown.
My God, YouTube chat is messed up. I can't see any comments. Are you guys having issues with the YouTube chat as well? Yes or no in the live chat, if you don't mind. I can see all your comments, if anybody is wondering. I can see all your comments. Styles, oh, nice drop kick there to Shinsuke Nakamura. No, chat is fine for you? Okay.
Nakamura with a very unorthodox style. King of strong style, as Nakamura is known, and Styles now taking the fight to Shinsuke. Oh, and what a chop.
Okay, so some people having issues with the chat.
Appears to have somewhat of a chip on his shoulder here tonight.
Hang on.
Nakamura whipped across the ring and hanging on, and oh, and he caught Styles with an elbow in the mouth. And Shinsuke.
Guys, did I just hear this correctly? Did AJ Styles actually get traded to SmackDown now? Is it official? Is AJ Styles on SmackDown officially? AJ Styles got traded to SmackDown for Superstars to be named later, which is at least a step above Apollo Crews being traded to Raw for an expired draft pick. Yeah, okay. So he's officially traded to SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. Cool. Yeah, it was for Superstars to be named later. So AJ Styles back on SmackDown, the house that AJ Styles built. You know what, guys? SmackDown feels like it's the show for AJ. I think his stuff with the OC was meant for Monday Night Raw, but him on SmackDown just feels right. It just feels right, doesn't it? But what do you guys think? Do you like that? The trade? AJ Styles back on SmackDown. Thumbs up or thumbs down in the live chat. Let me know what you guys think. Michael Benjamin says maybe a Cesaro push? I don't know. I don't know. Also, though, I wonder if they're trading AJ Styles back to SmackDown just so that he can enter a feud with somebody else on the brand, as opposed to just a one-time crossover. I don't think he's going to win this match. I don't know why. Maybe an AJ Styles versus Cesaro feud? Maybe Cesaro costs Styles this match against Nakamura. That leads to a Styles versus Cesaro matchup of some sort. I don't know. I would like to see that match. It would be really good, actually. What do you guys think? But we got ourselves another dono right here. Jason Barker, how you doing, my friend? He says, is it me or does the referee look like Ronda Rousey's cousin? I definitely didn't make that connection, but I honestly don't know what her cousin looks like. So thank you, Jason Barker, for the $10 dono, buddy. I'd love to give you a better answer than that, but I just simply can't. Good to see you too, Primitive. Hopefully you're doing well, buddy. Aled says AJ back to SmackDown so Roman could go back to Raw. Probably not. Probably not. But not impossible, if that makes sense.
Is it me or does the referee look like Ronda Rousey cousin?
The spicy nacho stack.
I wish I could stack Pringles, but I don't have hands or a mouth.
Cool, play my dance.
Irishman says AJ needs to be the face of SmackDown. He is out of place on Raw. He's definitely not out of place, but he does feel like he's more of a in-ring performer and less of a entertainer. I don't know if that's a good way to put it, because AJ Styles is freaking entertaining, but he's not overly amazing on the microphone. He's very good. He's not amazing, right? His promo work usually builds you to the match and it gets you excited for the match, but it's not going to be a promo that you are reminiscing on 20 years from now, right? He doesn't have a Kevin Owens pipe bomb moment against Shane McMahon. He doesn't have the CM Punk pipe bomb moment. You know, he doesn't have The Rock's charisma on the microphone per se. He's AJ Styles and he's very solid on the mic. But he's not necessarily the most entertaining when he's talking. He's very entertaining when he lets his storytelling in the ring do the talking. And so he feels like he's more of a good fit on SmackDown. He feels like he fits in more, and you feel like you can put him up against nearly any of the talent on the roster, and it's going to be a very entertaining match. Now, don't take this the wrong way. Him on Monday Night Raw still offers a lot of intriguing matchups, but let me tell you, the idea of seeing AJ Styles versus Humberto Carrillo doesn't excite me all that much, as opposed to AJ Styles versus, say, somebody like Ali. I know Ali is not on TV right now, but you get what I'm saying. There is more matchups that seem interesting for AJ Styles to be involved in here in 2020 on SmackDown than it does on Raw. You know, AJ Styles versus Aleister Black, that was fine. You know, it was good. But it's so very, 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 very clear that they are building up Aleister Black in the process, and AJ was going to be fed. It certainly felt that AJ Styles was more of like playing the Legends role over on Raw when he's not necessarily needing to be the legend yet, right? He's still a very active performer. He's a performer that has a lot to offer here in 2020. And, you know, he doesn't need to be the guy doing the job for up-and-coming talent like Humberto Carrillo. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Like I mentioned, this Twitter poll is now up, asking you guys who you think is going to win, either AJ Styles or Shinsuke Nakamura. Please let me know. Twitter.com/Conman167. Yeah, Jared Valerio, yeah, it was mentioned at some point. I'm not entirely sure when it was mentioned, but it was definitely mentioned earlier on in the broadcast. But here we go, Jason Barker. You, sir, have become a 8-time Boss Battle Champion. So thank you, buddy, for all of your support here on the channel. 8 times, man. Woo! Into the cover. Count of 1, 2, kick out by Nakamura. The majority of you are also saying that you believe it's going to be AJ Styles that picks up this win. Now, I understand where you're coming from with that one. I truly do. The reason why I want to see Nakamura win at this point is because the idea of Shinsuke Nakamura winning the interim, or not even the interim, the idea of Shinsuke Nakamura winning the Intercontinental Championship and then Sami Zayn coming back and trying to figure out who is the actual champion between Nakamura and Zayn, and then we finally get that NXT TakeOver Dallas rematch between the two of them. Frig, I want that so bad. But Nakamura is locked in deep in the calf crusher, but he just gets his hand to the bottom rope in the nick of time. WWE The Shield fan says, I prefer Shinsuke as a face. I agree, to be quite honest, and I think the way that you could bring Shinsuke Nakamura back as a face is by him winning the IC Championship and then Sami Zayn being the guy who's basically asking him to hand over the title upon his return. That allowing Nakamura to get back to being the King of Strong Style that we've seen before. Oh my god, off the forearm. Count of 2. Nakamura kicks out at 2.5. WWE already ruined Shinsuke. I cannot agree with that whatsoever. Shinsuke Nakamura has had some interesting moments here already in the WWE, and he continues to be a main player on SmackDown every single week. Count of 2, kick out again by Styles. He puts on solid matches week in and week out. Just because he's not the main champion and just because he's not incredibly over at the moment doesn't mean that Nakamura is being wasted by WWE. He's been putting on some pretty good matches here on SmackDown consistently for the better part of 4 or 5 months now. Oh, Nakamura now. Oh, big elbow to the top of the head from AJ Styles. Now a back elbow there to the jaw of Shinsuke as well. Boot to the face. And that's a flying knee from Shinsuke Nakamura as well. Oh my god, is he actually going to hit the Kinshasa? Shinsuke, oh, did he land it? He did. Count a 1, count a 2, kick out by Styles. That was really close. That was really close, man. Steve Taylor says, honestly, I like Shinsuke as a heel more without Sammy. I mean, that's your opinion for sure. And that's okay if you liked him more as a heel then. I'm going to go ahead and say that Nakamura has been far more captivating since Sami Zayn has been by his side. Count of 2. Oh, Nakamura transitioning in to a triangle choke, and AJ Styles is in a little bit of trouble right now. He's in a little bit of trouble. Hanging on tight to the hair, now onto the head. It's locked in pretty deep. AJ Styles is fading, folks. The triangle hold. Oh my god, is AJ Styles going to pass out? AJ, though, back up to a vertical position. Dead. Oh my god! Oh! Styles clash out of nowhere, cover 2, and kick out! Kick out by Nakamura. Wow. That was really, 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 really close. He didn't get all of it, though.
AJ and Shin have hit each other with just about everything they have. First to their feet could gain control of this critical match. Styles now.
Man, this is really freaking good. This match is killer here right now. Absolute killer. AJ now lifted up over the top rope, forearm to the face of Nakamura. Here he goes, kick to the chest, stopped in his tracks. Nakamura looking to run into the corner. Oh, he misses that one. Enziguri from Styles. And oh man, this is going to be the finish here. AJ Styles is going to win off the forearm, isn't it? Here comes AJ. Phenomenal. Forearm to Nakamura. Cover 2. It's over. Dang. All right, yeah, you know, it's not the wrong call. I think the more interesting is Nakamura versus Sami Zayn, but hey, that's just my honest opinion. Styles versus Zayn would be really freaking good as well if that's the direction they want to go after the IC title gets awarded to somebody. Might not even be awarded to AJ Styles. All right, well, what do you guys think? Good match, bad match? Let me know in the comments, because in my opinion, that was a really good match. Not their best one they've had. I don't think it was designed to be the best one that they have had. You know, still that Wrestle Kingdom match tears the house down. It doesn't matter when you watch it. It's an incredible matchup. But yeah, that's a good one right there for AJ Styles. Big time win there for a big time performer. So now all of a sudden, AJ Styles is going to face Elias in the second round. So you got Styles versus Elias. I guess AJ Styles will play the heel and Elias will play the babyface. Sure, and then Daniel Bryan will end up facing off against either Sheamus or Jeff Hardy. I think Sheamus is a more interesting matchup because in the second round, then all of a sudden you got yourself Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, the WrestleMania rematch from all those years ago. Good match, though. Okay. So let's get some donos here. Aled Thomas, how you doing, buddy? He says, could they have put AJ on SmackDown for ratings because Roman is out? Yeah, they could have. They could have. I'm going to go ahead and say it was done more so because they ran out of things for AJ to do on Raw. I think that's more of it than anything. I think that they felt like AJ Styles was always being booked into a corner that he couldn't get out of. You know, it would be a good feud, but then you'd be like, okay, well, AJ, he legit can't get a win at any point in this feud. And now that his heaters are gone, he struggles to go up against all those baby faces on Raw. Oh my God, Sasha.
I don't want you in my corner for this match tonight.
What? Whoa.
So, I mean, people are thinking that I can't win without you out there with me.
Is this because of what Charlotte said last week? Because I wasn't going to listen to her.
Yeah, I know you weren't, and I wasn't going to either. And I don't know how any of these dumb sheep can listen to her. But, I mean, why give them any reason to believe so? Alright? Dude, yeah, I got this, okay?
I know you do.
Always got this, and I know you got my back.
Always. Good luck.
Thank you. See you after.
Facial expression changing, though. Did you guys catch that? Did you catch that? All right, I want to bring you back. We're gonna catch this real quickly here, folks. Okay. What I want to show you is Sasha's face right here. Okay. Ready? Ready, guys? Okay. Watch Sasha's face right here. Okay. We're gonna turn it around in just a second. And here we go. Watch it go from a smile to, oh, she mad. Oh, she mad. Oh, she mad. She mad. Interesting. So we are definitely going towards a Bayley versus Sasha match. What do you guys think? It's got to be SummerSlam, right? That's where it's getting built to. Bayley versus Sasha at SummerSlam for the Women's Championship. Like, that's got to be where it's going, right? But if you had to make a guess, who do you think is going to turn on the other? Is it going to be Sasha turning on Bayley, or is it going to be Bayley turning on Sasha?
So is this one, and this one. Because right now, Canadians need to bank from home. With TD Digital Tools, you can manage your...
Jason Barker, how you doing, buddy? He says 1-0. Thank you, buddy. Well, hopefully you go 2-0 here tonight. Hopefully you go 20-0. I hope that you go undefeated, man.
But never your bearings.
Sasha turns on Bayley. Bayley turns on Sasha. Sasha turning on Bayley. Sasha 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 turning 100%. Interesting. So a lot of people saying Sasha turning on Bayley. You know, I think you're wrong. And I don't know why I think you're wrong. Mostly because they seem to be focusing in on Sasha being upset at Bayley, right? I hope that that's meant to be like the distraction, you know, the sleight of hand thing. Like, hey, look over here, pay attention to what's going on over here, and then we're going to hit you with what's over here, right? You didn't see my left hand come here, but my right hand was over here, right? Paying attention to my right hand the entire time. But then the left hand sneaks up and slaps you in the face, right? I think that's kind of what they're building towards, and I think it's going to be Bayley turning on Sasha Banks at some point. Don't know how, don't know when, don't know where, don't know why, but I feel like that is the direction they are going to go in, because Bayley as a heel right now makes a lot more sense than Sasha staying as a heel. She had her turn back at Hell in a Cell in 2019, yeah. Right, Hell in a Cell 2019. That's when Sasha Banks had kind of her big moment and her big heel turn, right? But now it's the time to get her back into title contention, and what are you going to do? Well, you're not going to go heel versus heel, so one of them has to turn. And I think Sasha makes the most amount of sense. Joe and Caleb, thank you very much, my friend, for subscribing right there. Welcome to the channel. But remember, everybody, make sure you smack that like button if you're enjoying the show. Also, making sure you are subscribed to the channel. You can see your name pop up there on the top left-hand corner. And yeah, lots of people saying that the hat has returned. You guys want to know the real reason why the hat has returned? Because today I was supposed to shower. I told myself about 4 or 5 times, Connor, hop in the shower. You know, I showered yesterday as well, but my hair gets really greasy before I live stream, and I'm like, I gotta shower, and then I was like, you know what? I gotta sleep because I'm a little tired. So I literally had a 50-minute nap before the live stream, and I was like, okay, now I'm ready to go live. Like, I'm ready to go live now, but I'm not ready to shower, so I'm just gonna whip a hat on. So there you go. There's the explanation for it. But everybody now, since it's Charlotte Flair, I need us to, you know what? what we need to do is we need to go for a little walk right now, okay? Let's go for a little walk, okay? And everybody, it's Charlotte Flair, so I need you to reach down deep into your gut and let out the biggest, giganticest, loudest woo! There you go. It's a woo for Charlotte Flair.
No one like the Queen. Yeah, a 12-time world champion. Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, look at the chat going and exploding with the woos.
She's held the Smackdown title 5 times.
But it's time for Bayley versus Charlotte. I'm actually hyped for this match. It's been a great episode of SmackDown already. Really enjoying the show, and we're almost already an hour in. Here's when you can tell if an episode of WWE is good or if it's bad. If you look at the clock and you are surprised at how long the show has already been running, you're like, wow, I can't believe it's already been running for almost an hour. If that happens to you, you have been entertained by the show. Your mind has been taken off of whatever else is going on in your life and has been directed towards the show, and you have been distracted for nearly 50 minutes at this point. For me, it's been a really solid 50 minutes, but what do you guys think? Are you enjoying the show so far, or do you not like it so far? Let me know in the live chat. We got ourselves another dono from Jason Barker. Thank you, man. He says, I think Bayley will win, but I am going with Charlotte. Interesting there, Jason Barker. Interesting. I don't know how they make this match go down. I think Charlotte wins. Okay. Oh, but I think it's done by Sasha Banks still trying to get involved. You know what I mean? I think this is going to be the start of the things for Bayley not liking Sasha Banks because she asked her not to come out. And I think Sasha Banks still gets somewhat involved in this matchup, leading to Bayley being pissed off at her best friend after she directly asked her not to come out to the ring. I think that's what's going to go down, but we will see.
Which is a process by which 4 times a year, a superstar from Raw and a superstar from SmackDown will be allowed to travel to the other brand.
Oh, you weren't ready. Just like you're not ready now.
Oh, I do think tonight, however, is an important moment for Bayley. Again, Corey, to prove she doesn't need Sasha Banks out here. So much has been made about the fact that this.
All right, Twitter poll is now live, everyone.
And here's Bayley now. Going for the cover on Charlotte and a kick out.
So yeah, there you go, folks. If you take a look over here, I'm not sure if you can read that, but that says, breaking news, AJ Styles has been traded to SmackDown for future considerations. So whoever that may be, we'll find out. What is Steve Taylor sending here? He says, just advertised for Raw next week. Surprising. A triple threat match. Winner faces Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship at Backlash, featuring Charlotte Flair. God, WWE. Okay, look, I understand why they are putting Charlotte Flair on every show that they can, because they really want to try to get the NXT brand out there, and they believe that Charlotte Flair can do that. But boy, oh boy, having Charlotte Flair compete for championships. It's one thing to be facing the champion. It's another to be facing for actual championships while she is the NXT champion. That's not good call on WWE's end, right? That's not a good call on WWE's end. Paul Carpenter says, I disagree. Very aggravated. Same show. Well, that's okay, Paul Carpenter. You're allowed to disagree there, buddy. It makes me wonder what it is about the show that you're not enjoying so far, but if it's the same old to you, you know, that's fine. I thought the first match between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura was actually pretty good, and I thought that the promo with Braun Strowman sounded really solid at the start of the show. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't care though if she's gonna win or Led Thomas, right? That's a position that somebody else could get, you know, somebody like Liv Morgan. Why is Liv Morgan not being put in that match? It's all about perception, right? And if you perceive that somebody is a bigger deal than they actually are, fans are more likely to root for them. So Liv Morgan, you got to present as a big deal. You know, if she's in contention for the #1 contendership of the Raw Women's Championship, you know, all of a sudden people are going to look at her as a bigger deal. When you have Nia Jax and you have Natalya in there and you have Charlotte Flair, you know, you're saying basically Liv Morgan isn't on Natalya's or Nia Jax's level, which, to be quite honest, I would say she's honestly above both of them at this point in her career. People are rooting for her more. They want to see her more on her TV. People are actually popping for Liv Morgan. I would say she's probably the most popular out of the those options that they have, and not putting her in that match is a little bit discouraging, to say the least.
Strawberry or Hershey's chocolate flavors, all made with 100% Canadian dairy. Stay cool with the $1 soft serve.
Liv Morgan should go back to NXT, says the villain. That's an opinion. That's an opinion, right? I think Liv Morgan has been excelling on Monday Night Raw. She has been looking real solid. She continues to get people talking about her, and just the fact that we are saying just the fact that you are saying she should go back to NXT goes ahead and shows that you want to see more of Liv Morgan, right? The reason that you would want her to go down to NXT is so that she could challenge for the NXT Women's Championship, correct? And that might still be a direction that they go in, but I think the reason that people want to see Liv Morgan do that is because that means she gets put on TV a little bit more and she starts getting a push. Well, if we continue to push her up on the main roster whenever she does win the Women's Championship, it's going to be a bigger deal, right? In my opinion. That's my opinion, once again. What happened to the 24/7 championship? Well, it's around the waist of a football player named Rob Gronkowski, and WWE does not wish to take that championship off of him because that is cross-promotional material, and my God, Vinnie Mac is probably just salivating at the fact that a professional football player has the 24/7 championship. He's probably like, God damn it, pal. I love it. It's such good shit. We're going to be in the middle of a football game, and Tom Brady is going to pin Rob Gronkowski, and is going to make all the sports headlines, and it's going to be like Vince McMahon's new 24/7 champion. Tom Brady is also a quarterback in the NFL. And then you'd be like, whoa, that is some amazing, you know what? That is such good shit. No, that's 100% why Vince McMahon has not taken the championship off of Rob Gronkowski. He wants to put it probably around the waist of Tom Brady. There's going to be something that happens with the football team. You just know it's going to happen. And we will see how that all unfolds. We got ourselves a $15 dono. How you doing there, TNT 56 AC says, bask in your glory. Hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. Thank you, my friend. I hope you have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend yourself, buddy. Thank you for all the support. You're a great supporter here of this channel.
Is she gonna feel pressured to say yes? Artem might be ready. I don't know if my sister is. Total Bellas.
Oh, bask in his glory.
For he is limitless. Ready? Throw it up. Missed it a little bit. For he is limitless. For he is limitless.
Bask in your glory, Con. Hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Steve Taylor says Charlotte calling out Sasha to come save Bayley. If Charlotte loses, it's because of a Sasha distraction. Interesting. I wonder if Sasha distracts Charlotte, Bayley pins Charlotte Flair, but Bayley is upset over the fact that Sasha came out. You know what? That might be the story. That might be the direction they are heading in. That actually sounds like a pretty decent storyline. Oh, Charlotte, did she just hurt her knee? Yeah. Making a note of this right now. Charlotte Flair's left knee just kind of took a hard tumble right there, and Charlotte might be a little bit injured here in the matchup. Yeah, selling that knee pretty well at the moment. Hey, Jason Barker, thanks, dude, for all the support. My, oh my, dude. He says Vince McMahon is the Joe Exotic to Tony Khan's Carol Baskin. That's a funny comparison right there. It's too bad we don't have the Keith Lee Bask in His Glory song because we could Carol Bask in her glory. Thanks, dude, for the $10 dono. But it's time to bask to the king. No, that didn't really work right there, did it? The King of Kings. On your knees, dog. Banning. All hail. And bow down to the king. Ghostface says, breaking news, Britt Baker is out of Double or Nothing. It will now be Chris Statlander versus Penelope Ford on Saturday. Okay. Sure. That's not exciting. That's not exciting. I'm sorry. Into the cover, count of one. Kick out by Charlotte Flair. Wow, that is a poopy pay-per-view match. Wow. Alright. Yeah, that's not exciting to me at all. I don't hate Chris Statlander. Let me make that very clear right there, Vamsi. I don't hate her. She is not my cup of tea in terms of a character and an in-ring performer. Now, that doesn't mean I hate her. It means that it's not my type of performer, right? I think she's definitely got some potential there. I feel like she has a lot more work to do. There's a lot of things when I watch her work that I'm not in love with, you know, and I understand AEW is not WWE, but I think I want to see more polished characters, and you know what? That's all it is. I want to see a more polished character. I don't like watching characters figuring out who the hell they are on TV. I don't. You know what? That's exactly what it is. I don't like watching characters figure themselves out on TV. If you're going to debut a character, I want you to know what that character is. And if you don't have it down within the span of a few weeks to the point where you're like, you know, you're actually getting the desired reaction from the fans that you have at that point, then, you know, I don't want to see you try to work it over the next 4 or 5 months. I want to see the character that you are all in on. I don't like seeing this him and hawing back and forth, what am I type of character. That's what it is. You know, I guess that's what it is for me. Charlotte, moonsault, just lands on her feet, and a big boot to Bayley. Oh my God, kick out though by the role model. Whew, that was close. Con, someone like Dexter Lumis. The thing is with Dexter Lumis, we don't have a damn clue what the character is yet, but it's interesting, right? It's captivating. There's mystery to the character. We want to learn more, and it gives me a reason to tune in and try to figure out who the character is of Dexter Lumis. Now, I'm not saying Dexter Lumis is a perfect character, and do I think that it's right for him to be in contention for the world title right away, the NXT World Championship? Probably not. But I feel like they are more establishing him with a tag team with Velveteen Dream, which, to be quite honest, I really want to see the tag team of Velveteen Dream and Dexter Lumis. So as long as you're captivating me, I don't care. But the thing is, when you're a new character and you aren't captivating to me and it's the same old every single week, there's nothing new to the character, there's nothing new to sink your teeth into, and it's just trying to get the same old character over week in and week out, that doesn't do it for me. That's why I don't like people like Jimmy Havoc, who, to be quite honest, it's the same old shit every single time he gets on that screen. You know, it's the reason why I never was really into Titus O'Neil, because it was for a long ass time. It's why I don't really like Dana Brooke, because it's the same old of either flex, flex, and you put your flex up, you put your flex up, you put your flex up. And I'm just kind of like, it's boring, you know. And with the Lucha House Party, they are just luchas. They are just people with masks on. There is no substance to the character. They once had pinatas and noisemakers. Whoop-de-freaking-do, right? Like, I like to see some sort of character that I can sink my teeth into. And when a character isn't working, try to reestablish what does work with the character and try to change your character to make it work. But the thing is, a lot of people sit there with the same character and try to get that character over the span of like 4 or 5 months, and you wonder why they get buried. You know, all of a sudden you look at somebody like Apollo Crews. He went from having some of the most blandest promos ever, and I know it was written for him. Oh, Bayley off the elbow drop, can't get the win, and a kick out by Charlotte Flair. But somebody like, oh my god, what did I just say? What was I just saying? Hang on.
Bayley should be concerned with Charlotte Flair, not you, Cole. No,
the win and a kick out was written for him. The most promos ever. He went from having some of the most blandest promos. I literally forgot what I was talking about entirely. It's gone. I literally forgot what I was talking about. It's gone. Okay. Apollo, there we go. Apollo Crews, thank you everybody. But Bayley just chopping the crap out of the chest. Apollo Crews, there we go. So Apollo Crews went from having bland promos to all of a sudden learning how to talk. And it wasn't because he got the ability to go a little freer with his promos. All he did was change up his delivery style. He wasn't all smiles all the time. He gave his character substance, and he turned every little promo that he had the ability to into something good. And once you are able to do that, once you evolve your character without directly getting permission from the backstage officials, count of 2, Bayley wins! Bayley wins, and she cheats to win! Wow! And Charlotte's just laughing. Charlotte's laughing as Bayley gets out of there with the win. No way. Oh, that's smart. But yeah, like I was saying, Apollo Crews just found a way to evolve his character within the span of like, you know, a week or two. He just all of a sudden there was substance to the character, and he kept developing it every single week. Then all of a sudden he had the injury angle, and now all of a sudden he is gonna go after the United States Championship, it seems. You know, all it takes is a little bit of a change to your character in order to make you interesting. But when you keep on going out there to the ring with the same character every single week, and you just hope that something happens to make your character more over, well, that's not going to ever get your character really that far over. You might have something happen out of the blue that is a bit of a coincidence that helps launch your career forward, but you aren't making it happen. And the people who make it happen are the ones who end up being megastars, because they continuously make it happen. So yeah, hopefully more superstars are going to push to change their gimmicks just enough to stand out. And if you're going to be somebody like Chris Statlander, I hope that they evolve their character as well, which is where we started this whole discussion.
What happened to me?
Again, though, that's my opinion. But it's great to have each and every one of you in the live stream here today. Let's get rolling with a few more donos. First up, we got ourselves a $3.25 donation from A13 Entertainment. Thank you, my friend. He says, my first Raw I watched was May 22nd, 2000. Good times. My oh my, dude. May 22nd, 2000. You've literally been watching for 20 years, man. That is insane. Oh, dude, that's actually insane. But now I guess that is a very good question. Without lying, ladies and gentlemen, you're not here to try to prove yourself to anybody, right? Just be honest here. What year did you start watching wrestling in? You know, we're not looking for a competition to see who's been watching it for the longest, but I'd like to see, what year did you start watching wrestling in? Just be honest here, if you do not mind. Runner says 2013, 87. Wow, Paul Carpenter. Been watching it forever, man. 2009, says Nathan Barker. All right. 2003, Ahmed Al-Said. Sweet. 98, Nick G. 1987 for Justin Beverly. Yo, 1999 for Jonte Burner. That's sweet. Griffin the GOAT, like 2008. Andy the Fiend Hammond, 2002. Fisher Watson, 2010. Mark the Baller, 2011. N2E1C1R20 is from 1987. 1972 from Barry Holland. Oh, we might have ourselves a little winner right there. Barry, man. Been watching it forever. 1985 for Rick Jennen. That's sweet. 1996, Terry Solomon.
Here comes the money.
1972 for the Brooklyn Rocker. 10-15. Been watching it all the way back since 10-15. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you fully. Yeah, I believe most of you know this, but I started watching wrestling in 2005. I began really falling in love with the product in 2007. So, yeah, I've been watching for a decent amount of time as well. Crazy. What is it? 15 years for me now? Jesus. I've been a wrestling fan for 15 years.
Time to get rid of weeds.
Do you ever just say things out loud for like the first time and hear it and just be like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I've been watching wrestling for 15 years.
Jalapeno and sour cream and onion.
Wow. All right. All right.
I wish I could stack Pringles, but I don't have hands or a mouth.
Cool, play my dance playlist.
But thank you so much there, Jason Barker. He says Charlotte Flair has nice teeth. She does have nice teeth. They're pretty solid, aren't they there, Jason Barker? Pretty solid. Thanks again, though, dude, for the $5 dono.
Charlotte Flair has nice teeth.
And then, with that, my friends, we've got ourselves a new boss. Jason Barker continues to pull forward with the Boss Battle Championship, sitting at 9-time Boss Battle Champion, and Sasha Banks and Bayley are hugging.
You beat Charlotte. Why are you so... You didn't think I could do it, did you?
Oh.
I'm just kidding, Doc. I knew you believed in me. I knew you knew I knew that I could do it. I knew you knew that I knew. That's why I didn't need you. Thank you. Dude, this is our show.
That's why you're the role model.
And we are back on Friday Night SmackDown with a mixed tag team match.
All right, Sonya. Yo. New theme. New theme song for Sonya Deville. And here comes the Ziggler Man. Time for Dolph Ziggler. Are you guys excited for Double or Nothing tomorrow? They really have like a bit of some sexual energy going on between Dolph Ziggler and Sonya Deville. I think that's kind of supposed to be implied for Dolph Ziggler and Sonya Deville, that there's a little bit of sexual energy going on, but not the focus of the storyline. And not gonna lie, I like that a lot. I really quite like that, you know, because it's not saying directly, hey, these guys right here, they're with each other, they're dating, you know. They just kind of have an alliance going on. There's some weird sexual energy that is kind of implied, and I like it. You know, I like the partnership. It seems fairly natural as well. It almost feels more natural than a Dolph Ziggler and Mandy Rose. Are you kidding me? 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 Ooh, okay. All right. So, Andrew Gobert, third. How you doing, my friend? He says, what's up, Conman? What's up? How you doing, buddy? He says, how you doing, brother? I'm doing pretty good, Andrew. Thank you for the $2 dono. No offense, but simp. I deserved that one. I deserved that one right there, didn't I? I definitely deserved that one. All right, everybody. But we are going to ask you over on twitter.com/Conman167, who do you guys think is going to win?
Have just fallen apart between Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, who were the best of friends over a 5-year period. It's got to be frustrating.
Mandy. Sonya and Dolph.
So it's Dolph Ziggler now starting things off with Otis in this.
Oh, interesting, folks. Some pretty unique news to come out right here. Says looks like a few new designs of, looks like a few new versions of WWE's belts are coming. One is a new design. One is a slight modification to an existing design. I was told the replicas are already in production, so as soon as they debut, they will be available for order on WWEshop.com. So, new title belts coming. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's the United States Championship that is getting redesigned. I'm going to go ahead and assume the NXT Championship, the Women's Championship, is going to get redesigned, or the Men's Championship. I feel like they want to differ the two a little bit more because they do look like the identical championship. And while WWE likes identical championships, I'm sure having... I'm sure their sales aren't great for replica championships if both of them are the same looking. You know what I mean? Somebody might buy only the men's one and not buy the women's because they both look very similar. As opposed to if you change them up just a little bit from each other, then people are likely to buy both, right? Oh, Otis just gets slammed into the steel steps, and Dolph Ziggler has full advantage of this matchup. Thank you guys for all the donos right now. Wow, we'll get to them real shortly here. And Mandy Rose is actually concerned for her big boy, Otis. Oh, man. And we're going to go to commercial break. Cool. Lots of commercials here tonight. All right. Paul Carpenter says Otis and Mandy's team should be called the Steaks and Shakes. The Steaks and Shakes. The Steaks and Shakes. The Steaks and Shakes. Is that misogynistic at all? Is that is that bad? I don't think so in any way. Yeah, that could be fine. Yeah. I think it could be fine. Doesn't seem to be bad in any shape, form. So, yeah, why not? Right?
Otis and Mandy's team should be called Steaks and Shakes.
TNT Ace, thank you, my friend, for your $5 dono. He says, I gotta say 94 or 95. Anybody remember the real man's man, Steven Regal? He's a man. He's a man. He's a man. You know what, guys? We gotta play that theme song now. All right, we're gonna play it. He's a man.
I gotta say 94 or 95. Anybody remember the real Monts man, Steven Regal?
All right, everybody, here we go. Let's get this theme song going right now. Sorry, we got a Lipton commercial right here. 40% less sugar, though. Hey, you know, hey, get your iced tea.
He's a man. Such a man.
Yeah. He's a man.
A real man's man.
Yeah.
Such a man. Such a man.
All right, that's as much as you're getting here because we probably just got copyrighted. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Such a man. He's a man. Baby girl Dallas, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for the $5 dono. Says, hey Conman, I've never really understood how the Boss Battle Championship works. Well, baby girl Dallas, let me be the first to explain to you how it all goes down. So the Boss Battle Championship here is just kind of a fun mini game we have for the live stream. A long time ago, when I first started doing these live streams, I wanted to find a way to make your guys' donation dollars turn into something a little bit more. So people were dropping donations on the channel to support it, and I was very grateful for that, but I kind of felt like there was nothing that you guys got to do with your donos. They would just highlight a comment, and that would be it. So I found this little mini game called the Boss Battle Championship. And every single dollar that you drop a donation, it knocks 10 to 20 health off of it. Now, it's supposed to only be 10, but sometimes it doubles the amount that you give, and it knocks double the amount off. So basically, $1 equals 10 health off the Boss Battle Championship. If you get the Boss Battle Championship all the way down to 0, you become the Boss Battle Champ. And if you look down there, it shows how many times you become the champion of the Boss Battle. So it's really just a stupid little mini game that we have fun with here on the channel, and it's just a way to kind of keep track of who the big donors of the month have been. You know, it's just the more that you become the Boss Battle Champion, the more likely that you have dropped a decent amount of donations on the channel, and you get a nice little shout out for it. So yeah, it's just a fun little thing here that we have on the channel. So thank you so much, Baby Girl Dallas, for the $5 donation. I hope that explains things a little bit more for you. And I think you might have actually become the boss. Yeah, you did.
Hey Conman, I've never really understood how the Boss Battle Champ works.
We'll get talking about this matchup at hand, though, as well, because Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose are working each other. Jawbreaker in the center of the ring to Sonya Deville. But also, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't voted in the poll, let me know. Right here, 91% say Otis and Mandy. I'm actually with the 9% saying Dolph Ziggler and Sonya Deville pick up this win here tonight. I don't feel like this feud is over, right? I feel like the heels need to win to further progress the feud, if that makes sense. Flamethrower Fluff Salisbury, how you doing, my friend? Says, sorry, I already have the team name Steaks and Shake with my girl. All right, well, Flamethrower, apparently it's copyrighted right there. Thank you, buddy, for the $5 dono. I do appreciate the support, man. And hopefully you and your girl get those steaks and shakes on tonight, if you know what I mean. Thanks, buddy.
Sorry, I already have the team name Steaks and Shake W my girl.
Martin Sev... Oh goodness. Oh my, how do you pronounce your name? Cvetkov. Svitakva. What the hell? How do you pronounce that? Svitakov. Svitakov? Svitakov? Kvitakov? Martin Kvitakov? Martin Svitakov? Something like that, man. Well, regardless, welcome to the channel. It's great to have you here, man. And Otis off the caterpillar. Is he gonna hit it? I love the way Otis walks around that ring. He hits it. Hits his shoulders just a few times. Svetkov? Oh, it's like Svetkov. Oh, Svetkov. Well, Conman cannot pronounce names for the life of him. Mandy back inside the ring. What a clothesline to Sonya Deville. And Daddy Deville has been taken down by Mommy Rose. That sounds so weird to say. Right hand to the face of Sonya Deville. And now Otis going right back after Dolph Ziggler. Throwing Sonya Deville halfway across the ring. Here comes Mandy. And she goes right there, running knee to Sonya. And now Otis and Dolph are brawling on the outside of the ring. Mandy with another running knee there to the face of Sonya Deville. Back elbow delivered, count of 2. Sonya kicks out of that one. Mandy Rose, though, going for that modified glam slam, if you will. The bed of roses. Knee to the face from Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville, shining wizard to the back of the head. That's it. No way. New finish, new cover. 1, 2. Sonya beats Mandy. Yes. That is 150% the right call. 150% the right call. Furthers the feud with Dolph Ziggler and Otis. Oh, super kick to the face of Otis from Dolph. And that's what Dolph Ziggler does.
A disgusting display by Ziggler and Deville for that
And
matter
Otis
tonight.
Dojovic falls pretty hard here tonight. Interesting that they allowed Sonya Deville to use a Shining Wizard finishing maneuver when Adam Cole, the NXT champion, literally uses the same finish. That's interesting. Wow, thank you guys for the donos. We're going to get around to them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But that was a good match. Honestly, guys, tonight's show has been really entertaining. It's 9:24. It's been an hour and a half. And to be quite honest with you, I have been entertained from start to finish with this show here. Cool. All right. So let's get rolling. The first dono here is Jason Barker. Man, dude, you drop heat on this channel. Thank you, man. He says, I'm going to call Otis Money Mustard. Money Mustard. Otis. I kind of like it right there. The Money Mustard. I don't know exactly why I like it, but I kind of do. Thank you, my friend. But here's Jeff Hardy.
2 weeks ago, I asked the WWE Universe to join me for one more.
You're right,
good
Tegan Knox
run.
does as well. You're right. That's
I didn't
weird.
know exactly where that journey would lead me, but now it's a mystery no more. All the positive vibrations I've sent out have led me on a new path. The Intercontinental Championship Tournament. Man, that title is very near and dear to my heart. Not just because of the amazing legends who have wore it proudly, but because it was the first championship I won on my own. If I could win it one more time, man, all the ups and downs that I've experienced over the last year, I mean, everything would truly be coming full circle. And what better way to start that journey than beating the bully who tried to tear me down? Ask the universe, and it provides. Tonight, Sheamus, my path to one last blaze of glory runs right through you.
Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus for the final spot of the semifinals of the Intercontinental Championship Tournament tonight.
Yeah, that got me excited for the match. Absolutely. Absolutely, that got me excited. All right, here, ladies and gentlemen, but let's roll the 25 bomb from Jason Barker. Thank you, my friend. You know what it is? Time for a little bit of the bub. Bub, 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 bully. Bub, 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 bub. I'm supposed to change my face when I do that, aren't I? I'm supposed to go.
I'm going to call Otis Money Mustard.
And the value you've been craving. Get 2 for $5 classic.
I'm so bad at that. I'm so bad at that. Oh my. Let's get rolling here again. Wolfpack Matthew Grayland, how you doing, buddy? He says,
But there's not a single tracker ever been built that's better.
who do you think will win the Intercontinental Championship Tournament? You're awesome, Con Man. I'm happy to be a part of this awesome community, and I'm happy to be a part of the Con Man universe. Well, I'm really glad to have you, man. Thanks for all the support. Who do I think is going to win the Intercontinental Championship Tournament? See, it's tough. I was kind of going in the direction of doing something where Shinsuke Nakamura wins, and then it ends up leading to a matchup between Sami Zayn and Nakamura, and Cesaro kind of having to be the middleman, not sure which side he's going to side on, yada, yada, yada. That's how you get Nakamura back to being a face. That's kind of what I thought they were going to do. Clearly they're not, because Nakamura is no longer in the tournament. So I'm going to go ahead and say I think Sheamus wins the entire thing at this point. I think Sheamus as Intercontinental Champion could be really entertaining TV, and I don't think they've built him up just for no reason. You know, they kind of had him decimate Gable, they had him decimate some smaller superstars.
Because these days, it's more than just
it would make a lot of sense at this point for Sheamus to be the Intercontinental Champion. It would also make a lot of sense for AJ Styles at this point. They don't really have anything going on with him. They like usually having AJ Styles around a championship, so the IC title for Styles could be good as well over on SmackDown. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Sheamus for the entire thing. Thanks, buddy, for the $25 dono. Time for a little bit of that bub. Bub, 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 bub. Oh, it's not even playing. Oh, Matthew Granlund, you kind of got screwed out of that one, didn't you? It's going to play randomly in the background at some point. Like, we're just going to hear the bub start going down at some point. But thanks, man, for the $25 bomb right there. I do appreciate it. When's it going to play? That's the real question. There it is! Bub, 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 bub. Bub, 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 bubbly. Bub, 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 bubbly.
Who do you think will win the Intercontinental Championship Tournament?
Now they're doing the In Memory of Shad Gaspard. That's sad.
Happy to be part
Why did that
of
take
this
them all the way till
awesome
9:30 to do it? But
be part of
anyways,
the
that's so
Conman
sad.
universe.
So sad. R.I.P. Shad. Damn. Rule Kapar, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for the $5. He says, I missed a lot when I was gone for the last hour. Did you say Daddy DeVille and Mommy Rose? Oh, yeah, I did, bud. Oh, yeah, Daddy DeVille is a thing that's actually been going on. Which is actually, again, let me speak of... Actually, hang on, we'll get back to that. Here's the Forgotten Sons.
We've all had our tough times adjusting here to life back at home. We've gone through our dark times, and we're not afraid to admit it. And if that makes you feel uncomfortable, well then good. It should. But that's our blood on your hands. And what's only fair is your blood on ours.
I'm down for the Forgotten Sons, man.
Better heed the warning just offered by the Forgotten Sons. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Man, the Forgotten Sons have become so impressive. All of a sudden, they went from being this team that I did not give two craps about down in NXT to whatever that one, the ladder match versus the Street Profits was. That's when my eyes kind of got open to the Forgotten Sons and how damn good Wesley Blake is. And then, now they're being progressed into a decent faction here on SmackDown, which I really hope ends up with the Tag Team Championships at some point. They're new, they're unique, they're different. They've all got a really unique gimmick that you can't necessarily just write for the sake of writing, you know? You kind of have to live that gimmick in order to have that gimmick of, you know, being an Army veteran, being a Marine, right? You can't necessarily just say you're a Marine and not have any of that actual experience in real life, right? It'd be very disrespectful. So, very neat. I'm a fan. But Raul, he's once again asking me what else did he miss? You missed a good match between I think oh yeah, you wouldn't have been here for that one. Yeah, I enjoyed the match between Otis and Dolph and Sonya and Mandy. I thought it was really good. I thought it was quite entertaining, and honestly the entire show here tonight has been entertaining as well. The matches have been solid. You know, Charlotte Flair versus Bayley was real good. Bayley's title reign has been so incredibly entertaining as well. I've enjoyed basically the whole thing. So thank you, Rule, for the $5 dono.
I missed a lot when I was gone for the last hour.
But Matthew Grantland.
Say Daddy DeVille and Mommy Rose?
Matthew Grantland, buddy, you, sir, have become a new boss.
I got excited. I got carried away. It was ready. Hey, look at the bright side. Now we have a handicap match for the Universal Championship.
Excuse me, Ms. and Morrison.
That was quite the bold challenge that you issued to the Universal Champion Braun Strowman.
Yes, it was.
Considering for the past 2 weeks he's beaten both of you pretty decisively, but do you think that the two of you together will be the difference maker at Backlash?
Yes, Renee, and here's why. First, Braun Strowman's track record in handicap matches stinks worse than Dookie the Diaper Boy's breath.
2, we are a cohesive fighting unit that knows how to win.
Let me quote a little something from the philosopher Sun Tzu. To defeat thine enemy, first destroy his infrastructure.
Translation, we're gonna make his life a living hell.
Hey, hey!
Ho ho.
Miz and Morrison!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Miz and Morrison! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Miz and Morrison! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Miz and Morrison! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
I personally think that Braun Strowman may have bitten off a little more than he can chew. And I think
So, official Backlash. It's going to be Miz and Morrison, hey, hey, ho, ho, versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship.
Tournament. And this one is personal Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy.
Apparently they're calling it the greatest wrestling match ever, Backlash. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not against WWE trying new things, okay? For so damn long, how much did we say WWE needs to think outside of the box? What they got going on is so stale, right? For the past 5 years, past 10 years, what WWE has had going on is so stale. There's nothing fresh to the product. It feels like it is just set in its ways. You've got the set matches. There's never going to be new matches. And when they do have new matches, they're always ridiculous. At least WWE is trying to change up the overall feel. And I gotta say this, 2020 has been the most unique year of wrestling in a long time. Whether it's good or bad, it has been one of the most unique years of wrestling. And it's almost like it took the pandemic to take all the fans away and tell WWE, hey, you got to think outside of the box now. You know, you can't just keep doing what you've been doing and getting by with the live fan attendance. You don't have that anymore. Make good TV, make good segments, make good promos, and you are going to get more fans to watch. Now, I know the ratings have went down like this. I know they have went down. But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, the people who are still watching are saying the show is pretty damn entertaining and that Monday Night Raw has come a long way. It's no longer as boring to watch. Sure, there's still a handful of people out there who say the show sucks, but more or less, or more often than not, I should say, people are leaving Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown and Wednesday Night NXT saying, I enjoyed something that I watched today. And as long as you enjoyed something, then WWE has done their job with producing a television show for you. So I do think that WWE has come a long way already in 2020, and we've seen some super unique matches already, and we're just going to continue to see more and more unique matches, right? Whether it's good or bad is still left to be seen. You know, the jury's still out on that one. The fans are obviously not truly there, but I think if WWE keeps this type of momentum moving forward, they keep producing the stars that they are, and they keep working on the stars that they are, I think WWE is going to enter a pretty good era once this is all done. And dare I say it, I think wrestling enters its next golden age after this is all over with. I've just got this feeling that wrestling is going to be must-see again in a year or two's time. And I'm not just saying like that because I'm an optimistic wrestling fan. I truly believe that wrestling fans are going to be treated to some awesome storylines over the next 2 years. People switching companies. Think about this. Once the underutilized people in AEW want out of AEW, well, then does NXT pick up them? What happens when the underutilized talent in NXT wants out? Does AEW pick them up? It's going to make for some really unique storylines moving forward once the rosters get developed on NXT again, once the rosters get developed on Raw again, once they get redeveloped on SmackDown, once they get developed again on AEW. We're going to have some really unique moments in wrestling within the next 2 years. I'm just sure of it.
It's Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus next on SmackDown.
Yeah, it's not really that big of a difference there, Steve Taylor. I don't hate it, right?
My frontline hero is Steph
Con is going to hate Double or Nothing. Why do you think that there, Vamsy? I don't think I'm going to hate it. Do I think I'm going to love Double or Nothing like I enjoyed the show a ton last year? No, probably not. Last year's show was probably one of the most momentous shows in wrestling history. You know, it was one of those must-see shows. You have to put on a good show. You cannot be a disappointment. And while they don't want to seem like they're a disappointment here with Double or Nothing, they have no live fans. They don't have a ton of stories that have a ton of hype behind them. Like, let me be honest here, if you're overly pumped up to see Jon Moxley versus Mr. Brody Lee here in 2020, then, you know, unfortunately, you're a little bit of an AEW, you're a little bit biased towards AEW then, in my opinion, because that match we've seen before on SmackDown. I've seen both the workers for a long-ass time, and not once did I sit there and say, hey, I really want to see Luke Harper versus Dean Ambrose. You know what I mean? Now, that's my honest-to-God personal opinion, not saying that it's going to be a bad main event. It might actually be a really well-told story, but the entire character of Mr. Brody Lee hasn't resonated with me, and the Jon Moxley character, it just feels like this is another guy to put up to the plate for him to knock out of the park with. So it's probably going to be a decent enough match,
There are better known
but you know what I mean?
Ones with bigger names. Longer
Big Sam Hurd TV, how you doing, my friend? He says Mandy is going to turn on Otis and reunite with her girl and guy. Dolph also wins Money in the Bank. Thank you for your stream. Big Sam, you might be right. I kind of hope you're wrong, because I'd like to see Otis get, honestly, a legitimate run with the Money in the Bank briefcase, just so WWE can see what they have with him. He doesn't necessarily have to win the title, but I'd like to see an extended run with him. But yeah, you know what? If they found a way to get the briefcase on Dolph Ziggler so that they can get some heel heat on Dolph, I would be okay with that as well, because I love me some Dolph, right?
Mandy is going to
Hey, Denise Mora, welcome to the stream, my friend.
With her girl and guy. Dolph also wins Money in the Bank. Thank you for your stream.
And I mean, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to sit there and defend AEW's lackluster card for Double or Nothing, you know, that's fine. You know, you absolutely can do that. And if you want to sit there and say that it's an amazing card as well, then you know what? You are absolutely entitled to that opinion. Unfortunately, the fact of the matter is the card is a bit of a letdown in a lot of fans' eyes. You know, it doesn't feel like it's supposed to be their gigantic pay-per-view. It doesn't feel like it's supposed to be a must-see pay-per-view. You know, it doesn't feel like it's their 1-year anniversary for their pay-per-view. You know, it doesn't feel like any of that. And if you want to sit there and say this pay-per-view is awesomely built to and it is a must-see pay-per-view, then you know what? Buy the damn thing and enjoy it. I'm going to still buy the damn thing, and I'm going to enjoy the show as well. I'm just not expecting it to be a must-see show. I think we're going to have some cool matches. I think the casino ladder match is really unique, and I think MJF versus Jungle Boy has good potential. I think Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida is different enough to have some eyes on it. But other than that, there's really not a ton of things that get me excited for this card. And I'm sorry if, you know, you guys are going to sit there and say Conman's a WWE mark or whatever, but it's just the truth. I don't really find myself being too overly excited for any of the matches. And even the Stadium Stampede match, you know, while it's a different concept, it's going to be unique. Am I overly pumped up for it? Not particularly. You know, not particularly. I feel like the whole Inner Circle vibe is not as strong as it once was. Well, you know what? The reason why it's not as strong as it once was because Jon Moxley systematically went through and destroyed nearly everybody in the Inner Circle, right? He took their mystique away. They don't feel like they're a big deal anymore. And I know they got to have their little battle versus the Elite, and of course they're trying to get Matt Hardy over long term there, but it just kind of feels like they're forcing that storyline to continue moving forward because they don't know how to write it anymore. And I could be wrong. I could be very wrong, but it feels like they're spinning their wheels with the Inner Circle right now. Let's get to the $15 dono from Matthew Grantland. Thank you, my friend. He says, R.I.P. Shad. Have an awesome weekend, Conman. See you Monday. Thank you, Matthew Grantland, for the support, buddy. Have a wonderful weekend yourself and bask in your glory. For he is limitless. Throw it up. And I was kind of offbeat again. Bask in his glory. For he is limitless. Yeah, what? For he is limitless.
Rip Shout, have an awesome weekend. Conman, see you Monday.
Alright, but let's get this matchup over on twitter.com/Conman167 as well. Alright. Who will win? Thoughts on Jon Moxley? Awesome promo, awesome feel right now. Unfortunately, if this would have been presented in WWE, he would have been a top-tier star like he has always felt like he was. It's damn unfortunate because his gimmick here could have easily been done in WWE and would have literally been a perfect transition for the Dean Ambrose character. You know, it's damn unfortunate, to be quite honest. I think if Dean Ambrose would have been able to portray this character in WWE, he would have Becky Lynch levels of support there. At least when the Becky Lynch the man character was taking off, Dean Ambrose would have had that level of support as well. What's his gimmick? It's the same as he was in WWE. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it is not, my friend. If you just watch the intensity in in Jon Moxley's character compared to when he was in WWE, he's not cutting corny jokes anymore. His promos are still putting over his opponents while making himself seem like a badass. He gets beat up, but he doesn't give two craps. In WWE, he was a lunatic. He was crazy. That's all he was. He didn't have any rhyme or reason for doing what he did. He literally was just a lunatic. That's his character, right? That's how watered down the Dean Ambrose character was inside of WWE. The guy was forced to wear a face mask and say, "This city stinks." This city stinks. For how many weeks in a row? Right? That's not a good character. And look, you also don't have to be serious 100% of the time or funny 100% of the time. Be real. Just be real, right? And the Jon Moxley character is pretty damn real feeling, if you ask me. It's a guy who doesn't give two craps, is a bit of a loner, and is an ass kicker. That's all it takes to tell the story. Oh my God, Jeff Hardy just slammed I should say back first, on the hardest part of the table.
4 weeks of putting that lump of crap over. What about me?
Mus Irving, have a good day, my friend. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
It makes our tea leaves better, blended with delicious fruit flavor, and all that makes this.
And Jason Barker, how you doing, my friend? He says 10-time champ. Let me actually double check that right here because I think you might have unfortunately just missed it. Yeah, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, we've got ourselves a new boss, and his name is Matthew Grantland, becoming a 2-time boss battle champion. Aw, yeah, there you go, buddy. Great to have you. But really quickly, if you have yet to do so, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you leave a like on this video. Also making sure you are subscribed to the channel. Would love to see your name pop up there on the top left-hand corner. So Jason Barker saying 10-time champion. Unfortunately, he just missed the mark on that one. So going to come up a little bit short on the championship right there, Jason Barker. But thank you, dude, for the $5 dono. And then one more right after that. I'll try to catch you up on a little bit of the show here today as well, folks. There isn't too many results to go over, but there are a few. Wolfpack Matthew Grantland once again dropping $5. He says, is SmackDown worth watching tonight? I've enjoyed it. To be quite honest, I've really enjoyed it. I think the whole show has flowed really well.
Is SmackDown worth watching tonight?
Yeah, I would go ahead and say yes. it's been worth watching here tonight. You can let me know over on Twitter, folks, if you think Jeff Hardy's going to win or Sheamus. The poll has been live there for about the entirety of this matchup. I just didn't put it up on the screen. But now, quickly going over the results of the show here today. We had ourselves a match between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. That started off with AJ Styles picking up the win over Nakamura, and what was actually a really, really solid match. Not their best match that they have had so far, but that's asking quite a little bit, if you ask me. Thank you, Jason Barker. I appreciate it, buddy. We'll get that rolling in just a second here. Then we had ourselves Charlotte Flair versus Bayley in a one-on-one matchup, and Bayley actually defeated Charlotte Flair by pinning her, holding on to the ropes, but they continued to tease a little bit of a feud with Sasha Banks and Bayley coming up in the near future. So that went down. That was actually another really solid match. Otis and Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler. It ended up with Sonya Deville picking up the win and Dolph Ziggler being on the winning side as well. They finished off that match also with Dolph Ziggler super kicking Otis in the side of the head, getting a ton of heel heat on Sonya and Dolph, which was pretty good. The promos told here tonight were really solid as well. Braun Strowman versus The Miz went down at the start of the show, and that was a fine enough match. It was used to build up The Miz. No, it wasn't. It was used to build up Braun Strowman, and then it set up The Miz and John Morrison versus Braun Strowman in a 2-on-1 handicap match at Backlash for the Universal Championship. So overall, guys, it's been a really solid show. Been a really solid show. I've enjoyed it. It's been one of the more enjoyable episodes of SmackDown in recent memory. I'm actually going to tweet that out right now.
And we are back on Friday Night SmackDown on Fox, and it has been all Sheamus. Take a look at the action that went down on the outside of the ring.
All right. If you guys can head on over to twitter.com/Conman167, favorite and retweet my latest tweet if you don't mind. But here we go. Let's get going with this 25 bomb here from Jason Barker. He says, done. Well, my friend, I believe you're going to become the new boss just like that. All right. 25 bomb right there. Thank you, buddy. Bub, 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 bub. Bub, 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 bubbly. Bub, 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 bub. Bub, 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 bubbly.
Done.
Thank you, my friend. And then dropping 5 more after that as well. My God, Jason Barker, you have been on fire here today. But Sheamus now just going right back into the corner. A couple shots to Jeff Hardy, but Jeff Hardy fighting back, fighting out of the corner, and he runs into a knee from the Irishman. If I'm picking somebody, I'm picking Sheamus for the win here. It certainly feels like, though, they are going to give the win to Jeff Hardy. To be quite honest, Jeff Hardy's winning this one with the way that they are telling this matchup right now.
Come on, Jeff.
What if the hacker distracts Sheamus here tonight? I mean, I doubt that's going to happen. We haven't seen anything from the hacker here, even referencing Sheamus, but maybe. Hey, SC, how you doing, my friend? He's asking me, do I take live calls? Not right now, my friend, not during these shows, but we will be adding in a show that will allow you guys to call in here and there. It's going to be our fun live streams that are held on Tuesdays. Again, I don't know when those are going to officially debut on this channel, but we do have some fun live streams coming up that you guys can call into. We can discuss whatever it is you guys want to discuss. It'd just be a good couple of hours with the Conman community. Oh, nice whisper in the wind there from Jeff Hardy, delivered right on the button of Sheamus, and Jeff Hardy all of a sudden is back in control, goes down to the cover, took a little too long getting there, and a kick out at 1 by Sheamus. Coup de Grace says, there's so much wasted with the 24/7 title. It could have been a television title on Raw and SmackDown defended every week. Imagine Cesaro versus AJ Styles for 20 minutes at any given time. Yes, I feel your pain. Oh, I feel your pain, man. If you watch the Conman universe, you guys know that even I have a television title, and I really think WWE could benefit so badly from having a TV title. Something that people can just fight over every single week. It can have a minor story. It doesn't have to be a big payoff story. It can just be a wrestling title. And man, the fact that they don't have a TV championship at this point is kind of sad. I think a TV title, especially with the cross-brand promotional thing that they got now, where a superstar can pop over from Raw to SmackDown and vice versa from SmackDown to Raw, there should be a TV title that is defended across both brands on television at least once a week. And every single time that the champion is in a singles match, the title is on the line. Like, that just seems like a no-brainer to me. Why wouldn't you do something like that? They could really benefit from a TV championship. Steve Taylor says, I have to agree with Conman167. Didn't even say my name right. I have to agree with Conman167 when saying that WWE is going to enter a great period after this pandemic is over. It has forced them to have been more creative across the board, from creative matches to creative taglines to better advertisements. Gonna wanna be a fan going ahead. That's so true there, Steve Taylor. I agree with you, man. You're gonna want to be a fan. You're gonna want to see wrestling, I think, at the end of all of this as well. The first show with live fans is going to be must-see, isn't it? Sheamus saying he's in the best shape of his life, and I wonder if he finds a way to pick up the win over Jeff Hardy here.
A major chip on his shoulder because so much time and effort was put into the return of Jeff Hardy and the redemption story. Hardy kicked to the midsection, now a right hand, and suddenly Jeff Hardy showing signs.
Hey, 100 and Mitty, welcome to the live stream, my friend. Great to see ya. And Vemc saying, Con, do you think NXT is better than Raw and SmackDown? No. I don't. Do I think parts of NXT are better than parts of Raw and SmackDown? Hell yeah. Do I think they have a really...
There's the drop into the midsection of Sheamus. Vintage Hardy follows it up with a basement drop kick into the cover to advance to the semifinals.
I'm trying to find a way to word this.
Watch this.
I would say that a good portion of the writing is better on NXT, but here's the thing. WWE writing itself has felt very fresh over the last 3-4 months. I don't know about you guys, but it's been fresh. The change of talent, the new talent on television, seeing people like Humberto Carrillo, seeing people like Andrade, Austin Theory, Angel Garza, Seth Rollins, Buddy Murphy, you know, all these talents who are in somewhat new roles. It's been so entertaining, in my honest opinion. I think that parts of NXT are definitely better than what's on Raw and SmackDown. But also, you know, the Otis storyline was one of the best things going on on WWE TV for a while there, and that was very entertaining. The Bray Wyatt character is on SmackDown, right, which is very entertaining in its own right. Seth Rollins' character on Monday Night Raw has been very entertaining. You know, Kevin Owens returning has got my attention. All that works for me. Into the cover, count of 2. Jeff Hardy missed the swanton as the knees were up from Sheamus, but he kicks out at 2.5. So yeah, but then you start talking about people like Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. I really enjoy that duo. There's a brogue knee to the cover, count of 2, kick out by Hardy. You know, like I've seen some pretty good stuff develop on SmackDown on Raw, and then I've also seen some pretty good acts develop on NXT. You know, of course, the recent debut of Karrion Kross has been amazing. His entrance is something that is must-see, and that if it happened on Raw or SmackDown, it would literally take the world by storm. Jeff Hardy moves out of the way by the bro kick. Sheamus catches him. Jeff Hardy slides down the back into the cover. Count of 1, count of 2. Sheamus got beat by Jeff! Sheamus is out! Okay. Roll-up win. Roll-ups work when they are not overdone. That works there. When the story is an underdog babyface just sneaking by, getting a win over the heel, roll-ups work. They work. And Jeff Hardy has just defeated Sheamus. You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because the rivalry isn't over. If Jeff Hardy becomes the Intercontinental Champion, then you know that's unique. But, ladies and gentlemen, within the span of one episode, both of my picks for the Intercontinental Championship have been eliminated. Pick number 1 was Shinsuke Nakamura. Pick number 2 is Sheamus. They're both eliminated, so it's either going to be Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, Elias, or AJ Styles as the new Intercontinental Champion. Good show, though, everybody. I quite enjoyed that one. I really hope you guys did as well. Raul Kapar, thanks, buddy, for the $2 right here at the end. He says the most dangerous move in all of wrestling today. Absolutely it is. And then Jason Barker, oh, you had to drop that $2 saying, told ya. Why don't you just go out there and say, ha, 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 Conman, I told you so, I told you so. Ah. Yeah, Jason Barker, well, screw you, man. I'm joking, man. Thanks for the $2 dono. But I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for us here today. That was a fun 2 hours. I don't know about you, but it flew by for me. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the show. We will be back tomorrow with Double or Nothing, and that begins at start time. Antonio Coleman says another big one coming soon. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. We're just trying to get the Double or Nothing start time here just to make sure that you guys are aware of when we begin. So it says right here, Double or Nothing will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the show expected to last anywhere from 3+ hours, not counting the buy-in pre-show, which starts 1 hour prior to the main card at 7 p.m. So, ladies and gentlemen, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on this channel. We will be live tomorrow with Double or Nothing. So until then, everybody, take care. John Tay Burner, he says, I got Jeff winning the title. He might very well win the title at this point. He might very well. And Antonio, thank you, dude, for the $2 dono and, of course, all the support on Wednesday. But, folks, that is going to be it for us here today. Thank you so much for watching. Come follow me over on our Discord. There's lots of places to talk over there. If you guys enjoy these live chat rooms, well, then you're going to enjoy our Discord server. So the link is down in the description below. Also, come on over to my Twitter at Conman167. And, of course, if you want any of my other social media, it's available all the way down in that handy-dandy description. But thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Con, and that was Friday Night Smackdown.